Come with me to Area 15 in Las Vegas. So, God forbid, I'm not an influencer, but I recently had such an incredible experience in this venue called Area 15, and I wanted to put a post together and show everyone. Also, I wasn't planning on doing ASMR, but I'm super lazy right now and I just feel like whispering. So, I know that Vegas is just like the club city and everyone just wants to go clubbing and hook up and shit, but Area 15 was such a life changing experience. Not only am I not getting paid making this post, I literally had to buy my own ticket. It was so frustrating. Speaking a little about the venue, basically it's an immersive, out of this world art experience that is based on philosophy and the multiverse and space travel and all of those amazing things. So if you do like these topics, then this is gonna be your heaven. If you don't like these topics, then you're kind of basic and you should really work on that. I'm disappointed in you. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so talking about the venue again, technically it's one main building with a few sections that are outside, but most of the quote unquote attractions are inside this one building that you're seeing in the video right now. There is something called Illuminarium and another activity called Liftoff. Those are on the outside. You should not miss those. Those are amazing. The main building is really cool. It's got the cyberpunk futuristic vibe to it. You can't really hear the music behind my whisper because it was killing my sexy vibe, so I toned it down. But the whole experience is very much like, Mom, I've been abducted by aliens kind of style. Anyways, the main building also has some other cool stuff like a bar restaurant at the end of the lobby. You can kind of see it in the video. The drinks they serve, oh my god. It's so good. It's like Wonderland. It's like magic in your mouth. It's amazing. There's also some other food options for people that want to be boring, but I didn't try those because I'm not boring. There's also a clothing store that you can see us passing. So this is like the best clothing store if you want to buy festival clothing, if you want to dress up as an alien in a music festival, or like if you want to buy something neon so you can wear it in the club and your friends find you easier. That's like the place you want to go to. Now let's talk about the first activity we did. The first attraction we went to was called Omega Mart. It's created by a company called Meow Wolf. For those of you that are not familiar, Meow Wolf is one of my favorite multimedia companies, and they specialize in creating immersive art experiences. They have a lot of these around the US, and each of these immersive experiences have their own storylines and themes. Omega Mart is the one in Vegas, and it also has its own storyline. To summarize the story, basically our Earth collides with another dimension, and the corporation that owns Omega Mart tries to take advantage of their very strong substances for their own benefit. When you first go into Omega Mart, it literally looks like a supermarket, as you can see, but it's not real. It actually feels like a supermarket from the upside down. If you watch Stranger Things, you know what I mean. If you haven't watched Stranger Things, what are you doing with your life? Also, it was really hard to whisper Stranger Things. There are a few items you can buy as souvenirs, but most of the store is kind of like a dollhouse, and the items are fake, and it's kind of ridiculous, but I love it. My only problem was that I didn't know what was actually for sale and what wasn't, and instead of dealing with that confusion, I just said fuck it and moved on with my life. I take the same approach to online dating. In case any of my low effort hinge matches are watching right now, I'm gonna drop you like you never existed. Here in the video you can see that I'm walking through a secret passage in the back. There are actually a few secret passages in the store that take you to this other dimension. Some people didn't even find these passages and literally lived without actually having seen the main experience. It was hilarious. Thankfully I'm nosier than that. But when you find the passage and go through it, then you see this other dimension that you're seeing in the video, and it's absolutely stunning. The video really doesn't do justice. You guys have to experience it for yourself. I actually don't have words to explain it, but this is what another dimension would probably look like. So very well done, Meow Wolf. Well done, my friend. So there have different nooks and little rooms, and each of them contribute to the bigger story and kind of also have their own magical thing going on. You should really put time aside and really experience the place. Open every door you can see, crawl through the spaces, just try to be as nosy as possible. Sorry, that was my Hinge notifications. Anyways, I was saying they made it in a way that you can put the storyline together like a puzzle. But I was too lazy and honestly too old for puzzles, so I just googled it before going. Also, I heard from staff members that you can work for Omega Mart or like volunteer and go on a mission or something like that. I don't know, I didn't look into it and I had already paid for my ticket, so I didn't want to be upset. But you guys can totally explore that option. Maybe you can find a ticket in a cheaper way and not have to pay like hundreds of dollars for it. I'm gonna make a video either way to show the place a little more for people that can't go, because I have a lot of friends that don't live in the US, but nothing can really spoil this experience, to be honest. You really have to be there to really experience it, so I wouldn't say any of these posts are gonna spoil anything for you. Until then, I don't really have much more to say about, wow, that was my stomach. Until then, I don't really have much more to say about Omega Mart right now. So for the next few minutes, you guys can just watch my face and the videos that I amateurly took. Actually, I didn't. My brother took these videos, but they're still pretty bad. Enjoy the bad background sound. I'll be back to talk about the next activity.
sent you. Benim oldu.
The next experience we went to after Omega Mart was called Wink World. It's a really cool philosophical experience, and it's all about the philosophy of perspective. The way that they designed it is that you're inside a very tiny room and you look into a glass and mirror stage. And that's where the show starts playing. I know it sounds crazy, but it's literally what happens. My god, Hinge is trying. Oh my god, Hinge, please stop. There's also narration that talks about all of these philosophical topics. Only 3 people can be in each room. It's really fascinating. There's a door in front of you that opens after each show is done. You and the 2 other people in the room move forward in the journey, and then there's a door that closes behind you. So basically, you're stuck in the experience and can't get out, and you're stuck with the same people. It's just such a symbolic thing for life, because there's no way out, and you have there is a way out, but you don't want to take it. And then there is, the same people that are surrounding you, and a lot of times you don't have a choice on who you're going with in this journey. So the whole show was really symbolic. I really liked it a lot. Highly recommend it. I'm gonna do another post and show it a little more again for people that can't attend, but I don't think anything is gonna spoil it. The next attraction was called Brainstorm. As you can see, there's a huge brain in front of me. That one was also really cool. The brain was technically a robot that was testing me, and at the end of the test, it tells you who you really are and what your purpose is in life. No big deal. It was also freakishly accurate. I started crying, and I never cry. I usually make other people cry, but that's how good it was. There was also a lot of attractions or activities that are not filmable. A lot of VR, a lot of 3D, and you weren't allowed to film the zip lining either. So yeah, there's a lot that you guys didn't see that I can't even show you. So I really highly recommend attending and going to this place if you can. Our next activity was called Liftoff, and it's outside the main building, but it's still in the same lot. And Liftoff is a bar on a balloon. honestly, I go on a lot of adventures. I had never been on a balloon that had a flying bar in it. But yeah, you can actually take shots like 130 feet above in the sky. I was freezing my beautiful booty, so I was just chugging cappuccino, but you can be fun if you want to. Also, our feet were dangling in the air. The balloon didn't have a fully covered floor, and I loved it, but some people had a hard time with like fear of heights, so keep that in mind. But I really, really recommend it. It was awesome. The last experience of the night was Illuminarium, and honestly, this was truly my favorite thing I have ever done in my life. Illuminarium is right next to Liftoff, so you can see it right there. It's an immersive film experience, so there are different showings that you can go to. We went to the one called Space After Dark, obviously, a space nerd. It was insane. It was like you were walking in space, you were walking on the moon. I had never experienced anything like it before, unless you're a billionaire that has 250K for a space ticket. This is probably the closest you can get to a space. It was just really good. They also have other immersive shows that are cool, like nature related shows. I unfortunately wasn't able to attend any of those. I know that they have album release parties. I haven't been to any of those, but this is just a really cool venue. And I just felt like my soul was leaving my body. Albeit by the time we got to Illuminarium, I was suffering from hypothermia, so it could be my soul was leaving my body because I was dying, but it could also be the show was so great that I felt like I was dying. Either way, it felt like I came closer to God, so take from that what you will. Also, I'm gonna make another video just to show Illuminarium again to people that can't go. You can watch those. I would recommend watching those videos just so you know what you're gonna be expecting. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks everyone for coming to my TED Talk. Area 15, if you're watching this, you owe me money. Give me free tickets so I can go again, please. I beg you. Thank you so much. Thank you, please. I want free tickets. Thank you. Bye.